Oh boy, good afternoon to those who listen. It's January 3rd, 2018, 5:20 p.m. Sorry about the background. One of these days, after I get a haircut, I think I will show my face. I was supposed to get a haircut yesterday or today, but apparently the person who does my haircuts doesn't do them except on Mondays and Tuesdays now. They used to do it every day of the week, but now it's just that. But some strange things are happening, and I don't know how to even explain this, but I'm going to try my best. In the last couple videos, I mentioned my dreams, and something happened after I did the last video. Right after I did the last video, I got a notification, just a video that came from Naughty Beaver, and oh my God, I don't know. I'm just kind of freaking out because this is kind of strange. All right, first I'm going to explain my dream again. Try to. It was actually, I think there could have been two separate dreams. I'm not sure. The one where I fell off the cliff. It was driving and missed a turn apparently and drove off a cliff, and somebody was in the passenger seat. I don't know who they were. I think it was a girl. I don't know for sure. But I said, as we were falling off the cliff, I was like, oh my God, there's nothing else we can do. So in my head, I was just praying, God, save me. And then the dream ended. It seemed like we were falling for a long time. And then I'm not even sure if, I don't remember hitting, but just like the dream ended. And that was that for that one. And then there was another dream. I was sleeping all day. I'm so sick. I don't know what happened. I don't understand how a food reaction would give me a sickness afterwards. And it's different than the last sickness I had. Before I was really congested, lungs congested, just really congested. And this time I don't seem to be congested, but just like no energy, just weak and feel like I have a fever, but I just feel hot. But I don't know. I'm not going to go on to that much. Second dream, I don't even remember where it started, but jeez, I don't know. I remember there was a train, and it wasn't a freight train, because that the freight train is going to be mentioned later with Naughty Beaver in his video. But there was a train. It was like I was on top of a mountain looking down, and there's this train. It looked like, to me, it looked like one of those old trains from way back. It kind of, this is going to sound funny, but it reminds me of the train from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but maybe longer. It was one of like little trains, just like one locomotive, one of those old locomotives, and then a bunch of cars. Some of them might have been hauling something. Some of them could have been like passenger cabs, whatever, trains. But it was long. And the guy who was running the train was, when he was parking the train, this is going to sound strange, but when he was parking the train, he did all these zigzags, looping around, and to me it seems weird that none of the trains were touching each other, because he was like, overlapping, like forming of the letter S, but it was one of those, not a regular letter S or not a cursive S. It was like one of those, I don't even know how to say it, one of those S's like you see in the, like how do I say this? In a computer, if you look for like different fonts, there we go, fonts. It looked like a weird S font. I should look that up now too, and see if I can find the closest font that looked like it. But I'm going to keep going explaining. But anyway, he parks the train. It looks like an S. And then, I don't remember, his name, but he mentioned me, his name, hey, and he said, hey, young guy, like I'm this young man. But I don't know. Anyway, so then it broke off of that and went to another part. And I remember it was like the doctor came to my apartment or my sister's apartment. And the doctor was concerned, it was a woman doctor, and she was concerned that I was living by myself. And, in real life, I live by myself. But she was worried that if something happened to me, if I had a reaction, then I wouldn't be able to get to the hospital, or I wouldn't be able to dial 911 on the phone. So then I told the woman that I was living with my sister. And then it seemed like suddenly I was living with my sister, and I just remember walking into the apartment, and it was hot. Air conditioner's on, but it's still hot. And I went back to my room, and it was even hotter in that room. The air conditioner was still on, but it was still hot. And I remember feeling the heat. But then I went back into the other room and asked if she had a fan, because I knew I would need a fan to help with the air conditioner. And there was a fan that she had in a box, and I looked at it and I said, "Oh, I don't know if that one will do or not." But anyway, that was it for that. And I just remember it was hot, and it had to be summer. I don't know if it was in Colorado or another state. I don't know, but it was just really hot. And then that dream kind of ended there. So after I did the last video, I'm sorry, this is going to be another long video, but I think it might have some importance. After I was done making the last video, I got a notification on my YouTube, and it was Naughty Beaver putting out a video. And then I was like, oh, let me go back and one more thing. When I looked up, there's a site that's called Dream Moods, and it has dream meanings on it. And I looked up the letter S, and I looked up a bunch of stuff, from it, and I don't know if any of it relates to anything. I put it in the caption in not the last video, but the video before that. Maybe I should just look at that, because it's taking forever to load again. Letter S suggests that there's something that needs your attention. Okay, well, that could be anything. Maybe it's my sickness, I don't know. Or maybe it's somebody else put out that I need to check out, or something. Maybe I need to check out some of my videos, or I don't know. So I'm going to go back to my thing where I wrote it down, because I can't remember everything I just put on there. All right, sorry. But so there was a few meanings that I looked up. The letter S was one of them. Train was another one. Ugh, come on, why is it never works when I want it to? Hold on, jeez. Okay, I'm back. Jeez. All right, so the letter S, represents something that needs your attention. Falling off a cliff means you are going through a difficult time and afraid of what's ahead, or afraid of not meeting people's expectations. Heat means you are ashamed, or, which in this case I'm hoping it means the other, means purity, creative energy, or intense passion. So there's a few of the things that I looked up. I don't know if it means that or not, if my dream means that. But I always, whenever there's a weird dream, I always look to that. It doesn't always answer my questions, but sometimes it's like, oh, yeah, it does, fit. Anyway, let's go back to, so then after I, did the video, and it was like 1 or 2 minutes after, right away. And then I saw this Naughty Beaver video, and I went to the video, and oh my God, this is where the strangeness starts. First off, he's talking about he's doing like a video on Steve Olson's WSO, his Earth rotation slowing down, and then the why. And he's found something out in Antarctica, and I suggest you look at his latest video. What was it called? Of course, I don't have it there now. Let me hold on. If I look at my notifications, it should. Why? I have the hardest time looking on other tabs whenever. Okay, it's electric blue clouds circling Antarctica. Okay, so there, and I suggest you look at that because it's kind of strange. But so I'm looking at that, and he says it was summer in Antarctica, which is strange. I don't know. Maybe is it? And he said there was a lot of heat that was causing these clouds to form, and with also electromagnetic fields, which is another thing that I've been talking about lately with electromagnetic fields. I should have came out with my dreams and stuff earlier. But anyway, I think this is maybe the time where God wants me to talk about all this. And there's a lot more I want to talk about, but I'll have to do it in another video. It's already been too long. All right, sorry, but so as he's showing the video of these weird blue clouds moving in a circle over Antarctica, it looks like a fan moving, circulating around. And I just thought that was really strange. And then he also says that this, you have to read the art, you have to listen to him talking about it, because I can't explain it as well, but he thinks there's an effect. These effects could be maybe influenced from the planet Saturn. And there's the letter S. So I don't know, it's very strange. And I think I need to maybe research it a little bit more. And, I would just a few minutes ago, like 30 minutes ago, I was thinking about taking a shower and eating something real fast and then going to the hospital, because I just have not been feeling very good at all. And, maybe I should have went yesterday. I don't know. But as I've been doing this video, I've been feeling better. So maybe it's starting to break. I don't know. So I'm just going to play it by ear and hopefully, if it gets worse, I'll go to the hospital, but I don't want to, and I have to work tomorrow, so I'm hoping that I can get better by tomorrow, because today was just a totally wasted day. But anyway, that was my dreams. I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but it was weird because I missed the whole day and I was just sleeping. And I don't know, maybe, I'm just going to throw it out there, maybe God wanted me to sleep. Maybe, I don't think he made me sick. But, the whole situation with me buying that steak was kind of weird too. Okay, another thing, I had food allergies. For like 9 months straight, I had food allergies. I could almost eat nothing. I was down to 6 foods that I could eat that didn't give me a reaction. And I don't know what caused it. I think I know what caused it. And I went to the doctor like all the time. And I'm talking, sometimes 2-3 times a week. All these tests were done just to try to figure out what was wrong with me. I'm not going to go into it all in this one. I'll do it in another video because this one's already getting long. But, they couldn't figure out what was wrong. I think I figured out what was wrong is chemical poisoning from a dirty furnace. And after, I stopped using the furnace, when it got warmer, I started getting better. And then suddenly I could eat all the foods again. I still have problems with wheat and gluten, though, so I stay away from that. I haven't had a hamburger, bun, bread in over a year, since October of last year. October of 2016, not just a few months ago, a whole year. But then, there was one really bad time when I ate a steak. I think it was I don't even remember. One of them, I think, was in October. It might have been November. I don't know for sure. But when I ate the steak, right afterwards, about an hour later, I had this really bad reaction. And I felt really bad, weak, dizzy, blurred vision, and then blood pressure skyrocketed, pulse skyrocketed, and I started getting an anaphylactic shock where my body was just shaking and I was having muscles twitching uncontrollably. And I had another steak, I think, in May, and I was fine. Nothing happened. And then, I had another steak last night. Was it last night or the night before? No, Jesus. Day went by so fast. Yeah, it was last night. Okay. So it was weird because when I went to the store, I was just getting water and milk. And they have a bin where there's frozen meats, that were, older, that they had to put on sale. So this steak that I bought was, it said, make by this date, which was that day. So it wasn't bad. But when I grabbed it out of there, it wasn't frozen. It was still like they just put it there. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I don't know. It was weird that I was debating whether I should buy this steak or not because I have had problems in the past, but I knew I ate it before. I've only had two steaks now. This was to be the third steak in a year and a half. So I don't know, but I mean, it's strange. I've been eating hamburger again. I don't eat it very often, maybe like once a month, and I don't have no problems with hamburger. And I mean, that's kind of like the same. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, but maybe it was meant to be somehow. I don't know. As long as I can get better and be able to do these, do the YouTube and work my job and all that, and then I'm okay. So I don't know if maybe people are starting to pray for me. That would be great. I definitely appreciate prayers. Thank you. But I don't know. Just let me know what you think about these dreams. I think that maybe it does have some meaning of some sort. And maybe you can come up with another meaning of some of my elements of my dream that I can't figure out, or I don't know. Sorry for the length of the video again. I tried to make them shorter and shorter, and instead they seem to keep getting longer and longer. But they might have some significance. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any insights to the dream, please share. I'd like to know anything I can if it has any meaning, especially if it has any meaning to Planet X or Saturn or. But watch Naughty Beaver's video too, and maybe that'll give you a little more insight into what I dreamed. I don't know. It was weird. The fan. I mean, if you look at the video, it just looks like a big giant fan circulating around. I don't know. That's just freaks me out. I don't know. But maybe it has some kind of a meaning, and maybe we can figure it out and help us towards discovering what's going on and what God wants us to do. Because that's the main thing. We need to know. We need to prepare for what's coming. Sorry. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. God bless you.